Studying for an exam and just staring at your notes? Rereading the same paragraph 4 times and retaining absolutely nothing? What if you could have a patient, knowledgeable study partner available at 2 a.m., free, who never gets tired of your questions and can explain anything in whatever way actually makes sense to you? That's not some expensive app. That's free ChatGPT. And most students have no idea how to actually use it for this. Here's what's happening right now. AI tools that used to cost hundreds of dollars a month are free and sitting in your browser. ChatGPT, made by a company called OpenAI, is one of them. It's basically a very sophisticated text-based assistant that can read, explain, quiz you, summarize, and have a real back-and-forth conversation about almost any subject. For students especially, this is enormous. Not because it does your homework for you, that's not what we're talking about, but because it acts like having a personal tutor on demand. No scheduling, no cost, no judgment when you ask the same question 3 times. Stack Future is where we cover exactly this kind of thing in plain English. If that sounds useful to you, hit subscribe. New video every single day. Go to chat.openai.com and make a free account if you don't have one yet. That's it. You don't need the paid version for any of what we're covering today. The free version is genuinely good. Now, here's where most people go wrong immediately. They open it up and type something like, "Help me study biology." And ChatGPT gives back this huge wall of generic text that feels like a textbook threw up on the screen. Overwhelming. Not useful. The trick is to give it context first. Think of it like briefing a new tutor before they start helping you. Before you ask anything, tell it what's going on. Something like, "I'm studying for a college-level anatomy exam next Thursday. The exam covers the cardiovascular system, the respiratory system, and basic cell biology. I'm okay with cell biology, but really struggling with how the heart works. I learn best when things are explained with simple analogies." Just that one message changes everything. Now ChatGPT knows your timeline, your weak spots, and how your brain works. Everything it gives you from that point is shaped around that. It's not giving you a textbook chapter anymore. It's talking to you specifically. And if you're in high school studying for a certification exam, prepping for the MCAT, cramming for a driver's test, same exact approach. Just swap in your details. The more honest and specific you are, the better it works. This is the one that changes how studying feels. Most people hit a concept they don't understand and just reread their notes, which almost never works. Your notes were confusing the first time. Reading them again slowly doesn't fix that. Instead, paste the confusing paragraph or concept into ChatGPT and say, "I don't understand this. Can you explain it like I've never heard of it before?" And use an everyday analogy. Ask it to explain the water cycle like you're explaining it to someone who's never been outside. Ask it to describe how compound interest works using pizza. Ask it to compare the human immune system to a bouncer at a club. Sounds silly. Doesn't matter. When something clicks because of a weird analogy, it sticks. That's just how memory works. And here's the part that's actually kind of amazing. If the first explanation still doesn't land, you can just say, "That still isn't clicking for me. Can you try a different way?" It won't sigh. It won't make you feel bad. It just tries again. You can do that 5 times if you need to. Most people have never had a study resource that works like that. Actually, hang on. There's one more thing to do here. After ChatGPT explains something and it finally makes sense, ask it, "Can you give me 3 things that people commonly get confused about with this topic?" That surfaces the trick questions and edge cases before your exam does. This is probably the fastest way to improve your exam score. Not just reading, not just highlighting, Active recall, actually testing yourself, is one of the most well-researched study methods there is. It's been proven over and over to beat passive review. ChatGPT is really good at generating practice questions. Tell it exactly what you need. Can you quiz me on the causes of World War I? Give me one question at a time, wait for my answer, then tell me if I'm right and explain why. That last part matters. One question at a time. Not a list of 20 questions dumped on you at once. When it waits for your answer and then responds to what you actually said, it becomes interactive. You're not just reading, you're retrieving information from your brain, which is exactly what your exam will ask you to do. If you get something wrong, it explains it. If you want to go deeper on one concept, you ask. If you want it harder, just say, make the next questions more challenging. It adjusts instantly. You can also ask it to create a mock exam. Give me a 10-question multiple-choice exam on organic chemistry at the difficulty level of a first-year university course. It'll build one on the spot. Grade it. Explain every wrong answer. That's a full exam practice session in 15 minutes. No hunting for past papers, no waiting for a study group to show up. Most study plans fail because they're either too vague, study more, or completely unrealistic. ChatGPT can help you build one that's actually calibrated to your situation. Tell it everything. I have 9 days before my history exam. The exam covers 4 units. I have about an hour a day on weekdays and 2 to 3 hours on weekends. I already feel decent about Units 1 and 2, but Units 3 and 4 are rough. Can you help me build a day-by-day study plan? What it gives back will be specific, paced, and actually account for your weak spots, getting more time. It'll suggest what to review when to switch from learning to practicing recall, and when to leave room for a full review session near the end. Here's something small that makes a big difference. Ask it to include rest in the plan. Seriously. Tell it you want built-in breaks and a lighter day before the exam. It won't push back. It'll just build that in. And a plan that accounts for being a real human person is one you might actually stick to. Once you have the plan, you can also check in with it daily. I'm on day 4 of my study plan. I feel solid on Unit 3 now, but I'm running out of time for Unit 4, and should I adjust the plan? It'll think through that with you and suggest changes. That's not something a printed schedule can do. If there's one thing to walk away with from all of this, it's that ChatGPT works best when you treat it like a conversation, not a search engine. The more you tell it, the more it tailors everything to you. Vague questions get vague answers. Specific, honest ones get something that actually helps. You've got a free tool right now that can explain anything in multiple ways, quiz you on demand, and build you a personalized plan in about 2 minutes. Most students just aren't using it like this yet. Next video, we're going into how to use AI to write better essays. Not cheat, actually get